Here, you're going to enter your alien number that you can be found on your green card, and then answer all these questions. Hello, everyone. So welcome back to my channel. And like what I promised from my last video, today I will share to you how I became a US citizen from being a lawful permanent resident or a green card holder. So let's start that right now. So there are 8 simple steps to become a naturalized citizen. And the first step there is you will go to the website of uscis.gov/N-400. So this one, and then you will first click the file online or check your eligibility first. But if you are already sure that you are qualified to become a naturalized citizen, you can go directly to the application for naturalization. But, just to be sure, you have to determine first your eligibility. So when you click the determine my eligibility, you will just answer some few easy questions. And then at the end of that, they will tell you if you are eligible or not. So those are just simple questions like this. All right, so step 2, prepare your form N-400 or application for naturalization. How are you going to do that? So first there is that you need to fill it up online. So I will put all of this linked on the description box of this video below so that you can go directly to all these websites and forms. So it's 20 pages. It's a lot, yes, a lot of question and answers that is needed. So make sure you have enough time for this. And then here is your alien registration number, so that you can find that on your green card or the letters that the USCIS gave you before. So look at this. You can just, fill it up directly on this PDF, and you can download it later and save it to your desktop. So I'm sure this is the exact form. So if you have any more questions, that you think I can answer it because we've been on this process, please leave it on the comment section below of this video, and I will promise to give you an answer the best of my knowledge, and I can even do some research about it. So information of your residence, last 3 to 5 years of your residence, you have to write all of them here because you're applying for citizenship. So they should know everything about you. So it's all about residence on the part 5. And then on part 6, you will only fill out part 6 if your parents are in the United States. But if your parents is not currently living in the United States, then you don't need to put any information on part 6. You have to jump on your part 7, which is the biographic information, your ethnicity. So like me, for example, I'm not a Hispanic or Latino. I should mark that one there, and my race is Asian. So my height is 4'11". Yeah, actually, it's really pretty easy to answer, to fill it out. So sometimes, and please don't let other people fool you of, selling you this or telling you that they can help you file it for you, and then we'll ask you to pay. Avoid those. These are all free to fill up. But when you apply, of course, there's an application fee, and I'm going to discuss that later. So employer or school name. If you're not employed yet, or because of the pandemic you stopped, then if you're studying, like me right now, I'm studying at University of California, San Diego. So you should also type all of those information in there. But if you're not working and you're not in school and you decided to, for example, take care of your kids, then just leave those blank. And this is also really important, the part 9. It's the time outside the United States. So you have to be very specific on the date. So go ahead and get your old passport, the passport that you used when you went out of the United States, and check the date that you left and the date that you came back. So you need to fill those up in here as well. I was in Hong Kong in 2019, but only for 5 days. So I put it in there. This is supposed to be 2019. And then it doesn't last for 6 months. And the country that I visited is Hong Kong, and total days there is only 5. And then you can see that there are 2 boxes up there. So it says how many total days. So I spent my 5 days in there, but how many trip? So this trip is just considered 1. So 1 trip only. That's right. And then part 10 is about your marital history. So if you're married, you got to answer about your the information about your spouse. But if you are not married, then just go ahead and leave all this blank. I am married, so I have to fill up my current spouse. And aside from the information about your current spouse, you need to also know his previous marriage, all right? Because that is also part of the process. I think they're gonna make sure that they're already divorced and that your relationship is considered as legal, all right? And so my husband has become a citizen at birth, so you cross that out. But if not, you have to fill out the letter B on number 6. So he was a citizen at birth, so I don't need to fill up that, and proceed to number 7. So, oh, sorry, I need to go to number 8 because he was a citizen at birth. So how many times has your current spouse has been married? You have to fill that out. But if you are his first wife or her first husband, then you gotta skip those 2. They are very detailed. That's why it's 20 pages long. They really know. If you have a children, they're gonna know that because you're applying for US citizenship. So when you became a naturalized citizen, all of the benefits of all the citizens by birth is also your right already. So just be careful in every spelling, every date that you put in here so that your application for naturalization will run smoothly. Children again, and then part 12 are all important questions. So have you ever claimed to be a US citizen in writing or in any other way? So all of this question, you must read it carefully so you're not gonna answer it wrong. So from part 12 and 13, I guess, all of them are questions about your personal question. And some of these questions are also will also part of your history question or your personal question on your interview. So you should read it carefully and answer carefully on all of this. You can see the box in his side on letter B. It is where you write any group that you joined in while you are a permanent resident. But Facebook group, those are not the one that they're asking about it. They actually, my interviewer asked me if I've been part of the Communist Party, terrorism organizations. Those are the organization that they are talking about. And then part 13 is your statement of certification and signature. So this is the only part that you have to give your signature, because on the later part, you have to leave those blank. The part 16, 17, and 18, you can only sign those and fill those up when you are on your interview day. Part 14 here, yeah, you gotta sign that signature thing here. But on your part 14, these are for interpreters' contact information. If you needed some interpreter to tell you about this, like if you can't speak English or understand English or read English very well, you need an interpreter to do that. All right. And then aside from the interpreters, they're going to ask you about your preparer's full name and everything. So if you're the one who prepared it, just leave those blank. So this part is only if you needed somebody's help to fill this form for you. And then this is what I told you earlier, signature at the interview. So 16, 17, and 18 parts of the N400 naturalization application for naturalization should be filled up and signed during the time of your interview. So that's it. That is the whole N400. I know it's a very long application form, but it's all worth it, I think, I promise. Okay, the next step is that you have to submit it. So, and then pay your fees. So I will show you this, how you're gonna save it on your desktop or on your computer. So you're gonna save it by clicking this arrow going down, and then with your changes, so that all of the thing that you fill out will be stay there, and then save it as the name that you will easily find it on your computer. So N400 application, for example, save it on your desktop. And then later you can easily upload it and print it, if whatever, whichever you want, because you can file online or you can file through mail. So you can also, yeah, I told you, you can also print it whenever you want it. So the next part is yes, this one. This is the website that I asked you to sign up on my last video when somebody applied for your petition. But you can also create your own account if you don't remember everything yet. So create an account. And then after you create your account, you can sign in. All right, so when you first logged in, this is the first thing that you're gonna see. It says, check your eligibility first, and then pay your fees. So you can pay your fees using your credit card or debit card. And then make sure you have all the documents you need. The passport, your green card is really important. You're gonna upload the picture or the scanned copy of that. And then your ID and electric bill or any kind of proof of address. So just click the start the application, and then you'll check your eligibility again. And then after that, all of the steps are on the side. So just always click the next button down here when you are done filling it up, and you're not gonna get lost. So you need to upload some documents also directly on this. So it's really easy to do it. Actually, it's just you just need a little long time, but easy, there's nothing complicated. If you see this red box, for example, that means you missed something. So you need to go back and check what did you miss. Like, for example, you forgot to put your middle name and it's needed. And this is where you're gonna drag your files or upload it. Like, for example, your 2x2 photo. You can upload it or attach it on this area. So after that, you have to go to your biometrics appointment. I said if applicable because, like on my case, I did not do my second biometrics. I mean, the biometrics for the application for naturalization, because they decided to use my previous one. So that previous one is the one that I used when I first entered the United States. So that around more than 8 years. And they decided to use that, to reuse that biometric. So I did not do the step 4. But it is important to always check your case online so that you will be updated. Because sometimes they already send you a notice about your interview or the next step that you need to do, but then the mail, sometimes it get lost. So just make sure that your case is handy on you by checking it online. You can check it at your account, and the estimated time of the process is always there. So step 5 is to complete the interview. So when you receive your interview letter, then you are almost done, and congratulations on this part. So once all the preliminary process on your case are complete, USCIS will schedule an interview with you to complete the naturalization process. You must report to the USCIS office at the date and time on your appointment notice, and please bring the appointment notice with you. So when you go to your interview, make sure you have your appointment notice with you, make sure you have your green card with you, and make sure that you have your ID or driver's license with you or passport. All right, so those are the most important thing that you should bring on your interview day. And I also, after the interview, this supposedly the one that you receive, because this means you pass all the interview, the reading, writing, and the history test. So I will make a separate, because the interview process and how you're gonna pass it is really another topic. So I want that to be on the separate video so that you can easily review. I will show you all the questions that they possibly ask you. I'll give you around more than 100 questions actually. So please make sure to click the subscribe and the bell, the notification bell, so that you get updated when I posted the how to pass the interview. So you can nail it, depends if you're gonna study. All right. So this, oh my God, I still can feel it. When I received this letter after the interview, after my history test. So they asked me, one question that I remember that they asked me is how many voting members are in the Senate or something like that. So you just need to really study for this one. And when I received this paper, I said, wow. But of course, when you receive it, it doesn't mean that you're already a US citizen. Okay, you need to take an oath. And in my case, I apply for a change name. So my oath was delayed for a few days. And then these are the 3 decisions after the interview: granted, the one that I show you, or continued, meaning they want more evidence from you. Maybe you did not submit an original copy of your birth certificate or marriage certificate, and they do want that. Or if you have a previous case, sometimes they want some more documents about your release papers or something like that. So, and then some it's get denied. But when you get denied, relax, because you can reapply again. Okay. Step 6, receive a notice to take the oath of allegiance. So like what I said earlier, I requested a name change, and that will take a little process to do for them. So, but if you don't have a change name, and if you are in a USCIS field office, that they usually do, some of the offices do that, after interview, you have the same day oath of allegiance. You can take your oath. You can take your oath at the same time and the same place. All right. So if not, you have to wait for the mail, or you can also check online if they send you an oath letter, and make sure that you be there on time. Okay, number 7, take the oath of allegiance to the United States. So let's say you are there taking, like, oh my God, this is me after my oath, holding my naturalization certificate, and that is the end of all the process. I thought that was the end of the process, but no. When you became a US citizen, make sure that you understand all of the responsibilities to it. So step 8, understanding US citizenship. So citizenship is the common thread that connects all Americans. And there is this website where you can see on the uscis.gov website as well, all the rights and responsibilities. Now you have now I have a responsibility to attend my duty, and I have to be responsible when I vote, all right? So there is a lot of things that we need to learn when we became a US citizen. And all of the links and websites that I mentioned earlier was on the description box. So hopefully we'll see you again on my next video. And these are the topics that I will that I will discuss on my next video. How to pass the interview, what are the things you need to bring on the interview day, what are the things you need to do after your oath, like change name if applicable, update social security, and apply for passport. So see you again next time, and thank you so much for watching.